Wolfpack on the Air presents Orson Welles' version of Bram Stoker's great novel, Dracula.
Welcome to my house.
I must have fallen asleep. The carriage had pulled up in the courtyard of a vast ruined castle. The coachman was nowhere to be seen.
Welcome to my house. Come freely, go safely, and leave something of the happiness you bring.
Count Dracula?
I am Dracula.
The face was strong, very strong, aquiline. The mouth, so far as I could see under the heavy mustache, was fixed and rather cruel-looking, with peculiarly sharp white teeth.
You hear them, Mr. Harker?
The wolves?
The children of the night. As you say, Mr. Harker, the wolves. Listen. But now, I detain you no longer. You will find your room in readiness, and I advise you not to leave it during the night.
When he awoke, he found most of his things were gone. His passport, his notes, his letter of credit. He could find no trace of them anywhere, and his door was locked from the outside.
Morning, June the 30th. These may be the last words I ever write in this diary. Oh God, preserve my sanity. I have never seen Count Dracula by day. At sunrise, at the first cockcrow, he is gone. I don't understand these things. I only know that the wolves are baying, and he is a man with hair on the palms of his hands, with sharp teeth, and no blood in his face. He casts no shadow. He cannot be seen in a glass. And he moves like a bat across the sheer face of the castle walls. He eats no food, and is mortally afraid of the crucifix. As I write this, I hear in the courtyard the rolling of heavy wheels and cracking of whips. And there is in the passageway below a pound of heavy boxes being set down, boxes shaped like coffins. And I know what they hold. The boxes are filled with holy earth from the chapel beneath the castle. It is the last box being nailed down. And now I hear the feet tramping again. The door is shut and the chains rattle. In the courtyard and down the rocky way, the roll of heavy wheels, the crack of whips. Help! 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 Wagons have gone. I'm alone in the castle. I'm alone in the castle. I'm alone in the castle! I'm alone! I'm alone! I'm alone!
And now we turn to the tale of young Lucy Westerna, as told by her loving fiancé, Dr. Arthur Seward.
Ladies and gentlemen, I shall now explain that 6 months before the events recorded here, I had become engaged to a young lady, Lucy Westerna. We were to be married in the spring. My old teacher, Professor Van Helsing, arrived at 4 the next afternoon. I took him at once to Lucy's house. She lay in her bed, asleep. She was ghastly, chalkily pale. The red had seemed to have gone even from her lips and gums, and the bones of her face stood out.
Young Miss is bad, very bad. She must have blood or she will die. Yet she is not anemic. The qualitative analysis of her blood is quite normal in condition. It is strange. I do not like to think about how strange. Look! My God! Look at her neck! Look!
The black velvet band that she always wore had dragged up a little and showed a red mark on her throat. Just over the external jugular vein were 2 punctures, not large, but not wholesome looking. The edges were white and worn looking.
Well, what is it, Professor? What's wrong with her? Frankly, you can tell me the worst.
I wish I could. Seaward, I wish I could, but I do not dare.
But you won't tell me anything?
I will tell you this. Your young lady is in danger greater than death. You must believe me, if you leave her for one moment and harm befalls, you will not sleep easy thereafter.
September 8th. I sat up all night with Lucy.
Arthur, I'm afraid.
My dear, you can sleep tonight. I'm here watching you. Nothing can happen, and I promise at any sign of bad dreams, if I see anything, I'll wake you at once.
You will? Will you really? Then I'll sleep.
He sat all night by her bedside. She did not wake once during the night, although in the boughs a bat flapped almost angrily against the window pane. Sometime later, a paper was found among Lucy Westerna's belongings.
I write this and leave it to be seen so that no one, by any chance, may get into trouble through me. I went to bed as usual, taking care that the window was closed as Dr. Van Helsing had directed. About 2 a.m, I awakened. I went to the door, called out, "Arthur! Arthur!" There was no answer. Something's broken the window. I'm in the room alone. I dare not go out. The house seems to be empty. The air is full of specks, floating, circling in the draft from the window, and the light burns blue, dim. What am I to do? Something very sweet and very bitter all around me, like I'm sinking into deep water, and they're singing in my ears.
You shall be flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood.
Ah! We are too late, my friend. We have failed. God's will be done.
She is dying?
Yes, she's dying. Stay beside her. It will make much difference. Mark me, whether she dies conscious or in her sleep.
It was late in the afternoon before she opened her eyes.
Arthur! Oh, my love, I'm so glad you've come.
He took her hand and knelt beside her. Her breath came and went like a tired, peaceful child's. And then the light from the setting sun fell on her face. And then, insensibly, a strange change came over her. Her eyes grew suddenly dull and hard. Her breathing was heavy. The mouth opened and the pale gums drawn back made the teeth look large and sharp.
Arthur! My love, I'm so glad you've come. Kiss me, bend down and kiss me.
Run for your life! Run for your living soul and hers! Ah!
Lucy!
She's dead!
Poor girl. There's peace for her at last. Again.
Not so. It is only the beginning. Wait and see.